piece by piece, if you know this cosmos, how many light years will it take?
It won't take light years, it'll take years.
Really?
Light
The whole
year-
cosmos?
Well, it'll take years, yes, many.
Light years. The nuclear Oppenheimer.
Yeah.
He says, this is not my intent, but I made the bomb. The movie director wants to save him. He can't be. I didn't intend that people should die, I just want the bomb to explode. But I don't want you to die. Well, ask the Japanese. Whether people die or just mosquitoes die in a nuclear explosion. Well, it's the most horrendous thing, and today we have things which are 100, 200, 1,000 times more powerful than that one. 1,000 times more powerful than the big boy that we dropped on somebody, we have today. But we are still talking about the same language because we think it's all right to drop it on those guys who look little different from me. Not on me, those guys, bad guys. I'm saying anybody who doesn't agree with you is a bad guy. Hello? So knowing is not of that kind. Knowing is just a human longing. And if science is based in logic, all right, it is, right? Science is based in logic. Logically tell me, piece by piece, if you know this cosmos, how many light years will it take?
It won't take light years, it'll take years.
Really?
Light
The whole
year-
cosmos?
Well, it'll take years, yes, many.
Light years?
Well, no, light years is a measure of distance, so it will take
I know
many
it's
years.
distance, but I'm saying how far is it?
Very far.
Is it in a meaningful distance, I'm asking?
Well,
See,
yeah.
I want to explore the cosmos. So whatever the fastest craft that I have, I will start off. Let us say my craft multiplies its speed by 1,000 times tomorrow morning, new technology I have, or 1,000,000 times. How long do you think it'll take for me to go end to end in this cosmos and know all of it, photograph it, bring it home and analyze it and know everything?
A very long time,
What is that long time?
maybe infinite.
Huh?
Infinite, maybe.
So, it's not logically correct, the approach. But if you look close enough, today we know even the modern science is conscious a little bit, that the fundamental structure of the atom and that of the cosmos are not very different. In complexity and sophistication, it's different. But in fundamental nature, it's not different. If you take a single-celled amoeba or a bacteria, whatever you want to call it, and look at it and look at you or me, it's okay, I'm saying when I say, I mean to say everybody,
Yeah.
okay?
Yeah.
Fundamentally, it's the same life. It's just the sophistication and complexity has multiplied millions of folds. So if you can poison a single-celled animal with something, the same thing can also poison this. This is well established today. Only thing is the dosage with which the single-celled creature dies and how much dosage it takes to kill me may be different. But the same thing that kills that single-celled creature can kill this because essentially the structure is same, life structure. So when this is the case, if you explore this deep enough, you may know the cosmos by inference, not by direct perception, but by inference, by reflection, you may know it. That's what we are trying to say, that turn inward and look. There's a better picture of the cosmos than running away. The beautiful story. Can I tell you, is it okay? Scientific to tell stories or no?
Oh, yeah.
It is. This happened. Shiva and his wife Parvati and his two children, Ganesh and Kartikeya. Two boys were playing, little ones. Ganesh is the elder one, Kartikeya is the younger one, and they have their pets. One has a peacock, another has a mouse, and there is a bull which is Shiva's pet. Full family, God family, okay? You don't see this anywhere else. Then somebody from South India came. They carried a huge basket of mangoes and walked because they want to give mangoes to Shiva. But you know, mangoes, as you walk every day, one started rotting, so they threw out. Just one big mango survived, luscious fruit. You eaten Indian mango, South Indian mango?
Yes.
Have you eaten South Indian mango?
Yes.
Not the South American mango.
No.
Southern Indian mango you've eaten?
Yeah.
Okay. So, they brought this mango and they want to offer it to Shiva, and they offered. The two boys saw, because they're up in the Himalayas, they don't see mango. When they smelled the mango and they saw it, they wanted, both of them came running. Now the simple thing for the mother would be to cut it into two halves and give. But mango is not that kind of a fruit, it's not an apple, you can split it into two and give. You know, at homes when you have brothers, even if you split it exactly half, they'll look at it and say, he got the bigger one, I got the bigger one. Hello? Those who raise children, they know. So mango cannot be cut like that at all. And above all, it's very ripe. If you try to cut it, half of it will spill out. So, both of them came, mango. What to do? If you cut it, mango will go waste. So, they said, whoever, just, these are divine children, whoever can go around the world fast and come back, whoever wins the race, they will get the mango. So immediately the younger boy is a very adventurous one, he got on top of his peacock and just flew. He wants to go around the world and come. Elder boy is a little fat boy. He just sat there and his pet is mice. He can't ride on that and go around the world. He just sat there for some time. After his brother became a small dot in the sky, he got up, walked around his father and mother 3 times and said, mango. They said, what is this? Your brother is gone on the race, you're just standing here and asking mango. See, my brother is made like this. He's trying to go around the world. I have gone around my world, not once, 3 times. Mango. They did not have an argument against this logic. They said, okay, mango. They gave the mango, he ate well. Looking at his form, he's been eating well.
Thank you for watching this video till the end. Before you leave, watch this latest video now. The link is in the description.